Hello, Tom of all trades here, doing some welding and fabrication today. Just thought we'd shoot a quick video and update you of what the progress is on the silo house. As you can see here, we have the shipping containers. They're all welded together and just some temporary windows are placed. And so trying to get it done enough so it's buttoned up for the winter. Probably about a month behind where I wanted to be, but that's okay. Okay, it's mega windy. I don't know what that'll do with the microphone, but here's our temporary door. We did some work on the upstairs porch, but that's not really a huge priority, so I kind of stopped fabricating on that. I have a little bit more to do, but I'll probably do that in the spring. So we'll go inside and give you the tour. Secret door opened up. So okay, in here we got it kind of buttoned up. There's the floor. I still have to frame the outside of the outside walls. This floor up above was very complicated because there's all this 2x10 tubing material, forms like a giant spider web, and that was simply done to be able to cantilever the porch area for upstairs. This area, it's 27 feet in diameter. It'll be a living room and kitchen, all in one. So one thing we did is we completely cut the roof out of this shipping container because it made it easier to weld them together, and then I caulked them. It's welded. The gap in between them was 1 3/4 inches. I found some tubing that would fit that bill, so I put it in there. I caulked it on the inside and welded it all the way around. It didn't take that long, only about 8 hours. This is the first floor in the second silo. The second silo is 18 feet in diameter. I got the main beam in, the post up on top. There'll be another beam, and I got one wall framed up. I'm gonna do some welding on the floor joist hangers, and then get the floor joist hopefully ready to go for maybe tomorrow. Maybe the floor deck done by tomorrow or the next day. We'll see how it goes. Through. Gotta say, there's temporary windows. I have it shut off over here just to keep the wind out until that silo's built. But yeah, it's pretty at least watertight for right now, especially with it being all welded together. Up in here, this is a floor above where we were. This will be the bedrooms, and then probably another floor above that with a small knee wall for either storage or an office. It's 21 feet to the top of the silo, and it was kind of difficult to put the roof on because the roof is a 30-foot roof for a 27-foot diameter silo, so all the directions and bolt patterns kind of go out the window from the company. And also we're building the silos from the ground up, which is because of the shipping containers, it's exact opposite of the way you do it. But there's everything on the silo roof. I can get to the hatch, I can take the hatch off. I configured it exactly like you would for a grain silo for right now. So this is what the framing will look like. I'm probably going to do a video there wasn't a lot of stuff on how to frame a round wall. I mean, there were a few things, you know, a lot of pictures of a round wall, but nothing really on the theory. But what I did is got some 3/4 inch pressure treated down on the cement footer, and then I had purchased too much pressure treated, so there's a mix of pressure treated and regular plywood on the upper sill plate. But a couple things to think about is these are at an angle, whereas any window door opening will be, you'll have two pieces that will be parallel so that it will stick out and not be exactly round. So I think of when I drywall it, the window door section is going to be flat, and then everything else will be round. I really haven't thought about how to drywall yet. The plans from the architect calls for everything to be on 16-inch centers. The whole thing, there's a lot of steel in it, a lot of metal working, which is okay. It probably adds a lot of expense, but it makes it really, really strong. Gotten into a lot of stick welding, which I knew vaguely how to do, but you know, my welds are getting a little better. Not that any of them would ever break anyway. Ended up pouring a cement wall for retaining the material behind it. That way the metal part of the silo is not up against grade or dirt. And then the one thing we couldn't pin anybody down as far as when to pour the basement, so I'm just going to have to do that later, maybe in the spring or something, because I really needed to know a time frame. Got a lot of people saying they could do it, but never gave me a date. And I need a date because we're going to put radiant flooring in here, and I want to have those two coincide so I wouldn't be walking on the radiant floor and insulation. Today I'm working on the joist hangers. It's just something I came up with. I have a lot of scrap from fabricating the staircase, and they'll work really nicely for some overkill joist hangers. That way, if I ever want to work on like a truck up here, I pull it in and work on it. It'll be super strong. But yeah, easy to do. They're scraps, and so they'll work great for hanging the floor joists from. Oh yeah, and the basement's pretty standard. I have everything ready to go for the sewer lines and well and electricity. There's going to be a floor drain over there, and with a clean out, that's all ready to go. And to get the steps in before the floor, I needed to have something for the steps to rest on, so I just poured a little footer, if you will. Well, one thing that we'd like to, the house, it was too much to do some kind of alternative energy, right off the bat, but we kind of designed the house for that in the future. One thing up in northeastern Ohio, I mean, we get a fair amount of sun. There's not a lot of consistent sun. It's mostly cloud cover, but one thing we do have is like constant 50-mile-an-hour wind, it seems like. So it's nice. The roundhouse, what's real interesting is that door. It's not very sealed. There's probably a total of about a 3/4 or half-inch gap, but it's kind of odd how it'll be extremely windy and wind doesn't seem to blow through the door. It kind of blows around the house. So that's something that I've read about in a roundhouse, that it creates a pressure differential, and sort of interesting to observe it. But yeah, we'll just keep working away, and more welding today and get on with some carpentry tomorrow. So Tom of all trades signing off. Have a great day.